Who's your favorite male dancer?
Oh.
Who's your favorite female? You kind of mentioned a few.
Apart from the person sitting next to me. There's so many. But this is the thing. There's so many.
Yeah.
But
what advice would you give someone if they wanted to skyrocket their salsa?
Skyrocket their salsa.
We're here, Mambo City 5-Star Congress, this Sunday, and it's kind of after hours now because I'm just waiting for people to come to this podcast. I'm waiting for Adolfo. Where is Adolfo? We'll see if we get him. But anyway, instead I found Shaan. Sorry.
Hello.
No, I've been chasing you.
Down the corridor.
Yes. Yeah, down the corridor. Though you've been going room to room, hanging out. You've been doing the fun hanging out stuff.
Yeah, I'm just a hanger-on.
No.
Yeah.
Well, first off, tell us who you are and.
My name is Shaan, but this weekend I've introduced myself to people as Bob, Phineas, Aloysius, Simon. It's just a lot of fun to mess with people. It's just innocent fun.
No, you like having fun. Well, that's the thing about coming to these events. We see people we haven't seen all year.
Yes.
So it's a great time.
Yeah, that's like, I only decided to come a few days ago.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't been well recently and I just didn't have the energy. But then, like you said, people were messaging saying, hey, I'm coming. And you're like, I live like 20 minutes away, so I really should make an effort. So I was like, okay, I feel well enough. I'm going to come hang out and see people who I love, who I don't get a chance to see because I don't travel as much as I once did. So it's really nice. If they're on my doorstep, I should make the effort to come see them. Yeah, it's nice.
And how long, and your dance school?
Mm-hmm. Caramelo.
And
Caramelo Latin dance.
How long has that been going on?
Caramelo, we started in 2013.
Okay.
2013. Before that, I had a dance school with Susana Montero and Mario, which was called LDA.
Yes.
And that we started in 2006.
Yeah.
2006. So, like teaching in schools, running schools for 2 decades now.
Wow.
So, it was something I really wanted to do because the UK didn't have it. We only taught in bars and pubs and clubs and so on. Like myself, Susana, Mario, Leon, Tamam, everyone taught. And then just Europe was overtaking the UK and we were like, we've got to do something and we've got to have more structured learning.
Yes.
And just try it. You never know unless you try, right? And a lot of people didn't laugh at this, but they were very skeptical. They're like, it's not going to happen, salsa. And we were like, well, no. I mean, people take hip hop, a street dance.
Yeah.
They do that in studios and courses, ballet, other tap. Why not salsa? And, luckily we managed to prove people wrong. And there was an appetite and a hunger for it and, a market for it. And people, and then subsequently, LDA, Caramelo, other people set up studios. And that was the idea, was to not for us to be the only ones, but to kickstart other people into doing something with more structure where it's still fun, but you get more reward, not just your student, but you as a teacher. And once we started doing that, I just turned around and said, I don't think I could ever teach in a pub or a bar ever again.
I came from Amsterdam. Well, we know each other from Amsterdam and where I had a dance school and we had structured classes. We had people would be with us for, 6 weeks or 8 weeks. And I got really used to that. And then moving out to the UK and I actually taught for LDA. I think this is after, for a while, Susana Montero. And I had to get used to like the London, drop-ins. And I think LDA had a 4-week program. I'm not sure.
We were originally 6 weeks, and then I switched it to 4 weeks, and it just made a bit more sense because people, time commitment, blah blah blah. You go with the calendar, so and it just made more sense. And I just remember thinking, why didn't we do this? Way earlier, like the rest of Europe, Holland, Spain, Italy, Switzerland, Germany, everywhere. But at some point you've got to try things.
You have to try things.
You got to try things. And I think that bravery, that's such a stupid to say. I mean it is brave because you're doing something here that no one else has done really to like how we did it. And it's not so much that, we changed the scene. We had an impact. I like to think a positive one, but more that, you impacted people's lives in a positive manner. And that's the most rewarding aspect of it. I mean, we created so many dancers who've gone on to set up their own dance schools, their own dance teams. Like some of the biggest names in the UK, they kind of came through
I think
us
Kat and Eddie taught.
Yeah, Kat and Eddie with me for like 6 years, amongst others. And even before that with LDA, like a lot of the biggest names taught for like Shelley, the dearly parted Lee, Mauro from Earl's Court, just like so many. And I will never ever try to claim that, oh, they're there because of me or what we did, blah, blah, blah. You always should consider yourself blessed that you are part of someone's journey.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it's someone who's gone on to achieve things in the scene, or like this weekend, I had someone come up to me and said, oh, do you remember Alex Collard? I just messaged him, sent it. I was like, oh yeah, I remember him. He was on my show. Yeah, he married his wife and they met in your class. They've got 2 kids now. So you impact people, not just in the scene, but just people's lives. And that's because I started thinking about legacy a little while ago, because I've been dancing 31 years now. 31 years. I started in 95. And on my 30th dance anniversary, I started thinking about, okay, what's your legacy? Like, do you have one? And people have been talking about it, with Eddie and other people from that era, same as myself.
Yes.
Late 90s, 2000s. And we always talk about our legacy, our dance legacy, our this. And I thought, oh, that's all well and good. Sure. But I find it more rewarding, what I just said about how you impact people on a day-to-day basis in a positive way, and trying to make you can't make the world a better place, but you can make your world a better place. And by that extension, that butterfly effect, you can make other people's worlds a better place.
100%. I mean, the effect that dance has on people, I mean, it's profound, actually. And with that said, we're going to go ahead and pick a card. So this is what's going to happen. There's going to be questions underneath the cards. You kind of peeked a little bit, I saw.
Well, that wasn't a question. That was...
well, maybe it'll come up. We'll see. Okay, here we go.
Okay, it's not a magic trick, right?
No.
Are you going to guess?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll do this one next.
Right, okay. Can I look?
Yes, look and show the camera. Dun, dun. Here we go. Who's your favorite male dancer?
Oh, does it have to be one? Okay.
You can, I'll give you a few.
Okay.
Because there's so many different.
There's so many. I would say the Nicholas brothers back in the day. Nicholas brothers. Obviously, Gene Kelly, Fred Astaire. If we're talking about male dancers, Nicholas brothers, greatest dancers who ever lived, in my opinion. Again, it's just my opinion.
Yes.
In the South, I mean, like hip hop, like in popping and locking, probably the Twilight Players. In salsa world, God, so many.
Right.
But the one, obviously, everyone's been impacted by Eddie Torres. Everyone, right? Everyone.
Senior.
Senior.
We're talking, because we're a
the
little
OG.
bit.
OG.
We're a little bit OG here.
OG, Eddie. But I mean, you have your personal tastes. But I love people who I will never be able to dance like, but I still love them, like Juan. Matos.
Juan Matos.
Well, Tito Otos, who is like
Tito Tamara,
Yeah, I mean, both of them, they're not only idols for me as dancers, but as human beings. They really are. They're loved by someone, and rightly so. They're just wonderful human beings and amazing dancers. Victor and Berju, Achia Machete.
Yes.
I mean, people don't give enough credit to Berju, who I think is probably the most creative force in the history of the salsa scene for the last 30 years, because she created so many amazing choreographies, and they were so different. They weren't the same.
She moved. The way she moved, she just moved different.
And she, along with Juan and other dancers, Franklin, they took the scene from, which was very New York Mambo style from the 90s, and they took the scene into the era of what was known as like the body movement era, right? Yes. So her, Ana Masacote from Boston also, and they just took, then you had like Niraj and Anya, same thing. They took the scene in a new way, a different way, for like what, 5-6 years. Yeah. And then you had people, because of the choreographies, and then you had people like Osmar just coming out with like iconic shows one after the other and taking the scene in this direction. And I mean, this is what I think is different now from back then. You had such starkly different styles that they take the scene globally in a new direction for at least half a decade.
You know, it was amazing.
It's too homogenized for that to ever happen again.
Well, it was amazing back in the day, because we've been dancing a long time, when it was the real, not I want to say the real, but the LA scene and the New York scene. But when that collided and that combined, when you had the flavor of New York and the tricks of LA.
And tricks, and the power and the speed. I
mean, that was dynamite. You know?
Now, there's not that though anymore, really, is it? Well, in West Coast, it's closer to how they dance.
Yeah.
It's very similar.
Very similar.
Yeah, and that's a great thing, because people talk about rising standards and whatever. These are all fair points, but I also think you lose artistry. I think you lose creativity, because if you have less influences, and everyone's just trying to copy from the same pool of information, rather than taking, I think I was talking to Juan about this many years ago, you take something out of the box and put it into the box, you create something new. And I think there's less of that, or if there are people trying to do that, it gets drowned out. And I'm the worst person when it comes to shows now, or if you ask me, I've had people ask me my opinion on their shows, because I'm a tough crowd. I'm a tough critic.
Oh no, you're trained eye.
You can't, because So, but in terms, I'm digressing, but Tito, Victor from Victor and Berju, he was so funky. Chimachete. I'm missing out so many dancers.
You know what?
Milton Kobo.
Oh, the Kobo
smooth,
brothers.
he's silk as anything. Don't forget Ismael Otero with his million moves.
Ismael.
In Europe, I'm trying to think country by country.
There's so many.
From France, Mathieu, who used to be in Euphoria with Hervé Nadej and Karima, and my son, who's here this week, and I haven't seen her for like 2 decades. And Spain, Adrian is just a powerhouse. Adrianita. Italian boys, we all know who they are. They're just, amazing. But there's a lot of amazing talent from Holland and Turkey as well. I think Eddie said it. Where were we? We were at some congress. Eddie, OG Eddie, we were chatting. It's like, I've given all these people my knowledge. Now it's up to them to decide what to do with it. And I thought that's really, really a good way to look at it. So we've been given the gift of knowledge, and it's, what do we do with it? We just keep going back to it and just saying, this is authentic, this is how it should always be, or do we try and grow it, whatever? But that's not our generation's job. That's this coming generation's job.
Exactly. Yeah. So you pulled this card too.
Okay.
So, who's your favorite female? You kind of mentioned a few.
Apart from the person sitting next to me. There's so many. But this is the thing. There's so many.
Yeah.
But this is where I think in the I don't like to politicize, but I do notice things, and over the years you notice a lot of things.
Yeah.
But in the scene, I think it was just an innocent thing. A certain Italian Congress did a homage to like icons, salsa icons, right?
Okay.
And I think it was on the Sunday night or whatever. They had these 5 iconic people. We all know who they are. They're all like the biggest names in the history of the scene, sitting on the stage and being asked questions. But they were all men.
And no women?
No.
Oh my goodness.
So again, I'm not going to name the event or the people, but this is where, like, even when we talk about Eddie, okay, no one talks about Maria.
Let me tell you about Maria.
We both know. We've both been in Maria's classes.
My God, Maria.
Yeah. There is no Eddie without Maria. Same with like people talk about all these great guys, but Berju, like, oh my God, like her creativity, not just with dance. I mean, the shoes. Like she created
one of the first lines.
And then. Yeah, so there's so many, like Anita is a goddess. Anita, she's amazing. But there's some of my favorite people to dance with are just social dancers who I've met along the way in the last 30 years. But yeah, I think there should be more props given to what we were talking in the other room about. One of the greatest instructors I've ever seen, just at congresses globally, just how they communicate with people. Edie the Salsa Freak. yet to see anyone better than her at communicating with people, a large group of people on
And making
stage
it
level.
accessible for everyone.
Oh my God, yeah. She was just phenomenal. And like I would stand there and I would watch her
Yeah.
teach and I would just light bulbs go off in my head. I thought like I'm teaching similar concepts, whatever, but how she's saying it, how she's communicating it is way better than I'm doing.
I went to one of her teacher trainings in Los Angeles. I think it was in 2000 or 2001. And there was a manual like this. And no one, I mean, I was living in Amsterdam at the time. And Yvonne and I went to teacher training because there was no teacher training for salsa. She was one of the first ones to do it out there. So that was fantastic. Cool. So here we go. You can get another one. Dun, dun, dun.
Give me an easy one.
I don't know.
I don't know. Ooh, don't want me to take that one. No, you're hiding
As
that
long
one.
as I'm hiding it,
I
we're
know.
talking the mic. Let's hear it. Let's see. Show us.
Okay.
Have you, like, is there anything you've won? Have you won anything besides the hearts of our public? Dun, dun.
Have I ever won anything?
Awards
What, in dance?
or in anything?
Anything. Well, yeah, I've got awards for things I've done in sports, in athletics,
Scratch
in
cards.
football. Yeah, scratch cards. Dance? No, I mean, no.
In third place, from London, the Caramelo Salsa student team. In fourth place, that means they can choose any of these colors they want. The Caramelo
But I dance, I never really saw it as a competition.
Well, back in the day, there wasn't a lot of competitions.
Yeah, and now they're like 10 million world salsa champions.
No, but there's the big ones now, Euroson and the
Salsa
Summit.
Summit, yeah. I'm so proud of like those guys. What they do, Nelson. God, what's his name again? Not the. I should know this.
Jason's-
Hustle, Latin Hustle. Nelson, Tito, and Latin Hustle guy. What's his
Oh,
name,
I'm
big
just
guy?
blanking out too.
You know.
Yes,
right?
I do,
You
and
know,
I feel
know,
really
he's
bad
blanking
because I
out
was
and
there.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. Oh, it's gonna bug me.
I know we're gonna know immediately after the podcast.
Yeah, no, I'll go with that one. Okay.
Okay,
Spaceship.
show the camera. So, what advice would you give someone if they wanted to skyrocket their salsa?
Skyrocket their salsa. Phew.
Because
Honestly,
you're a teacher in the weekly classes, right?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, there's no secret formulas. There's no little shortcut secrets. Otherwise, we'd be marketing that like crazy and making money out of that. Like there is no shortcuts to anything we do in life. It's all about hard work, talent, and perseverance. Because when people talk about sacrifice is not easy when it's not a sacrifice when it's convenient.
Yeah.
When it's inconvenient and then you do it, that's a sacrifice. So in terms of whether you just want to be a social dancer going to your local club on the weekend, or you want to be a world famous salsa performer, teacher, whatever, hit your classes, go social dancing, train, and most importantly, listen to the goddamn music.
Listen to the music.
Amount of people, even instructors and performers, like performers we all know, they ain't got a clue even about the song they're performing to. And for me, that Albert Torres said he'd give people a tough time if they didn't know the name of the musician that they were performing to.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the dearly departed Albert would say that. Yeah, and he did. He would give people a hard time if you didn't know the name of the musician you're performing to. And that I think is a valid point. So because you learn, it's not just a dance. For us in Europe, perhaps, but if you go to Latin America, and it's not a dance, it's a culture.
Yeah.
It's culture. It has depth, it has meaning.
Yeah.
And I'm not Latino, right? But I've been confused for one many a time, which I take as a compliment. Yeah, just listen to the music as much as you can every single day. That's why I loved it. I listened to salsa music every single day. The only time I stopped was during the pandemic. But before that, I was listening to salsa every single day of my life.
Why did you stop during the pandemic?
I think what it was, I needed to decompress.
Yeah.
And so I just stopped listening to, and also it made me sad
I know.
because I couldn't do it. You couldn't go out, you couldn't dance. And as much as you can dance in your living room, but before it gets old, right? So I started listening again to other things. I started playing one of my loves, which is chess, a lot. And just started listening to other genres that I started with before salsa, like funk, soul, rare groove, garage. Yeah. And I'm glad I did. So it just made me appreciate salsa even more.
So
and because, I'm a DJ. I've DJed at your festivals. I've DJed all over the world with, Willie, Cesar, Henry Knowles, DJ Super Frank, DJ, like everyone, right? So, and you got to know your music. And being a DJ and traveling and DJing all over the world is a great excuse to just buy music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was buying, like other DJs will tell you, I was buying music faster than I could listen to it. I probably spent maybe, I shouldn't say this, but I don't know, 30, 40, at least 1,000 on my collection.
That's the thing, I mean, back in the day, like, buying the CD, buying the album, supporting the artist. I try to buy directly from the artist.
Don't Spotify people. Stop Spotifying, whatever, if that's even a verb. Support musicians, support music. Do not do. I know it's convenient, it's easy, but these people are what you were crying for during the pandemic when you didn't have access to culture, to music, to dance and whatever. So these people survive for our support. And these streaming things, they do not support the arts.
I try to do it when I see Trombodanga.
Trombodanga. Yeah, Joaquin, yeah.
Yeah, when I see him, I buy the CD from him because he's like selling the CDs and I make him, and he signs them too. Yeah. So I buy CD. I even buy extra CDs and give them as gifts. Because if you can buy directly from the artist, there you go.
100%.
There you go.
100%. Like, I know it's not kosher, but back in the day at the congresses, people used to sell compilation CDs.
Oh my God, I remember that.
Yeah. And so
mix
all everybody
tapes.
mix, and like 15 songs. And you know what? People are like, oh, well, you shouldn't be doing that, copyright. But don't forget, trying to get a lot of this music and songs wasn't so easy, man. Unless you had LimeWire or whatever. You're like, there weren't local stores you could go buy the latest, salsa, whatever album. You couldn't. So you had to. And they helped grow the scene because they helped grow the love of the music. So yeah, I kind of miss that. That's kind of cool. Like they'd have a stall with music.
Yeah.
And now there's not many festivals where they have music stalls because no one buys CDs.
Yeah.
You should, man. You should.
They're still out there.
I don't have much of this.
Let me see. Oh no. Okay. What mindset? When was the last time you've been on stage?
Oh,
a long time.
2017, 18 was the last time I was on stage. Yeah.
So I'm gonna change.
I kind of burn out a little bit by then.
I'm gonna change the question for you. So what mindset do you have to get in before you teach? Because this is more when the performers, patience.
Teach or perform?
Yeah. Well, when there's a performer here, I ask them about performance, but you're a teacher.
And a DJ too, and a DJ as
but
well.
when was the last time you performed?
2018, I think, 20 something like that.
Yeah, but I want to hear about the teaching.
Oh, the teaching. Okay.
Is day
that's easy.
in, day out.
Oh, easy.
So what mindset?
I drink a Red Bull.
No.
I'm not joking. Every week, especially, honestly, it actually not with the advanced classes, with the beginners. I drink a Red Bull.
Yeah.
Because I want to be pumped because here's the thing. When you're teaching intermediate, advanced, people come in there with, you're preaching to, the convert.
Yeah.
So, and most of the time it's like at a congress, they're like, press me. All right. But with beginners and improvers, people who've been dancing, say, less than 6 months, you got to give them more of yourself.
Yeah.
You have to, because no one comes... not many, maybe a very few, but vast majority of people who come into our scene don't come with a passion for this. They come with a curiosity.
That's interesting. You're absolutely right. Or maybe they were forced into it by
even
someone.
then. So it's your job. What you're trying to do there is teach people the dance, but the joy of the dance. So it's a good teacher turns a curiosity into a passion, because that's what I had. I was very lucky, not just with my dance teachers.
Yeah.
Well, the two that I stuck with, but in my history degree, when my A-levels, the teachers, the subjects I did well with were the teachers who had such energy and passion for what they were teaching. It just rubs off on you. And it kind of stuck with me. And I realized, I need to do that because I love this. I love this dance. I love this music. And if I'm just showing you steps and giving you like, hey, was that okay? But if I show you how much it impacts me and makes me smile on the outside and the inside, and it rubs off on them, and then they suddenly realize that, oh, I'm developing a feeling for this. And then even people who get dragged along to the class, they come out of it going, yeah, man, that was a vibe. Yeah, that wasn't that bad. Yeah, it's all right, And then, I think I'm going to keep doing it. And that's amazing. So, drink a Red Bull.
No, because as
or sugar-free Red Bull.
Right.
Yeah.
I teach a lot of beginners, and it's you have to be entertaining.
Yes.
You have to, pique their interest, like you said. You have to give them structure, foundation. Yeah. It's but that's where, that's God's work. We're doing.
Yes. Well, I always say, like, teaching, there are three main tenets to teaching. And if you don't have all three, then just don't bother. Like, seriously, don't, because there's so many teachers out there. And I could do the air quotes to myself, but I like to think my record speaks for itself.
Yeah.
As a teacher, you have to engage, educate, and entertain. What you said, those are the three E's that you need all three to be effective. Otherwise, like, you're just not going to be. Because a teacher, especially, I always say, like, these guys, they want to be famous, they want to teach whatever. You want to teach workshops, you want to teach, again, you're teaching people already know how to dance. If you want to know if you're actually a good teacher, teach beginners, because you live and die by that retention rate. Teachers you got to judge yourself by your retention rates. That's it. And that's what I look at when I have people teaching in my dance schools and stuff. So, yeah, you might be a great dancer, but maybe not the best teacher. Some of the most best teachers I've ever had in people who've taught for me is, while they're good dancers, they'll never be top dancers. But it's not about that. They're exceptional at communicating and exceptional at making other people feel good about themselves. And that's why you go, right? So no one's going to go somewhere and be like, oh, you can't dance. You're not that good. You need to do more private classes with me. Oh, you'll never be as good. Oh, it's like someone literally pointing a finger at you all the time. And it's a negative thing. So, yeah, with teaching, it's a skill.
It's a skill.
It's a skill. And I always respect people. I told you, Edie the Salsa Freak, one of the greatest teachers I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I've been influenced probably more by female instructors than male instructors. Again, people go on about, oh, I was trained by Eddie. Oh, I was trained by Frankie. Oh, I was like, okay, sure. But what about the female teachers, like, who taught you the important aspects of following, which would impact your leading? Likewise, we had this conversation about someone saying, oh, why does it have to be a male teacher, female teacher, whatever? Teacher's a teacher. Gender's not applicable. Communication, it really is about how you relate to people, not based on anything else.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, one last question, because there's drinks for us in the other room.
So I babble.
No, it's good. I like the babble. I want you to babble. No, but I know I don't want to take you away from that, because there's drinks in the other room. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay.
What is it? Okay. Have you ever wore any crazy outfits?
Oh, absolutely. All the time.
So all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
So what was the last crazy outfit you wore?
Oh, what was the last crazy?
But what do you mean all the time?
I mean, outside of dance, sure.
No, salsa.
Oh, salsa. Okay.
Talking to the mic.
Okay.
Spill the tea.
Salsa. Last night.
Oh, so you don't then?
Oh, I dressed up as Michael Jackson from the Thriller video.
Yeah, when was this?
Oh, we had a party. I think it was just before the pandemic. I dressed up as Michael Jackson. We used to have theme parties.
For a Caramelo.
Caramelo, and before that, LDA. So every party was a theme party. So we had 80s, we had angels and devils, cops and robbers, cowboys and Indians, pajama party. We had, every party was a theme party, and people would dress up. Yeah, it was fun. And people actually made an effort. It was really cool. Obviously Halloween, back to school, there's so many. So you would always dress up with, back to school was always a problem for me, because I always got a little power crazy with the cane. with the wicked cane. Oh, yeah. You feel But the thing is, like, if you think about how we dress at the parties and the congresses, everyone's kind of fly.
Yeah.
You could argue, but like some are a bit out there.
What?
I remember because obviously I have Asian heritage, right?
Yeah.
So I remember one, I think it was Croatia. I was emceeing that year. and I wore like an Indian suit. And it was really nice. And, I got nice compliments on it, but it's like a beautiful Indian suit. And I thought, I'll wear it again one time. And I think it was Istanbul Festival.
Okay.
And I was like, actually, I wore one in Amsterdam as well, a blue one, like when I was DJing. And which was great for DJing, not so much for dancing. It's kind of tight. But in Istanbul, I wore the same Indian suit and suit. And then I wore Indian shoes, traditional Indian shoes, which is like, leather curl with the curly bit at the top. And I remember because some of the guys like Juan, Neeraj, and a lot of these guys were quite competitive because they used to wear Turkish shoes, which were long and elongated and pointy and a bit uppy. So I wore the Indian ones and like extra curls there. They were like really jealous. And I was like, guys, Indian, mate, Indian. Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, like, you dress up and so I remember one party we did a charity event and all the instructors performers were taxi dancers.
Okay.
But we were in drag, which is a very British thing.
Yes.
Drag is very much British where, you dress the opposite, gender. And so, all the male instructors dressed up as women. I borrowed one of the girls, like really tight fitting black dress, and I was in shape back then, a long time, but I felt so naked. I was like, how the hell do you guys wear this?
Did you wear
stuff?
heels?
No, I wore, it's so stupid. I wore Cuban heels with this really tight figure hugging dress and like really long socks. It really wasn't sexy. And then I felt, so I'm going to put on a cardigan because I felt a bit bare. And then I was like, give me like a feather boa, and I put that on, and I was like, the really worst drag queen you ever saw. But I got my ass pinched so many times.
Oh no, you can't do it. That was a while ago then.
That was a while ago. Yeah.
You must have been real fit then.
I was. But no, we made money. It was £1 to dance with us. So so if you wanted to dance with one of the instructors, whatever, you'd have to pay £1. And
that's awesome.
Raised a lot of money. Yeah. People just like to dress up.
Yeah,
it's a very British thing to dress up in drag. Yeah.
So where can we find you? Caramelo Dance School.
Caramelo Latin Dance in central London. So we're in Paddington area and Marylebone, but we have a great team of teachers, dancers. It's more than just one person. Yeah. It's always been about a team of kind of talented people who are just really good, amazing dancers, as well as teachers and even new ones a chance. That's why I started LDA. Was not only to do that, but provide a safe space for up-and-coming talent to grow and express them, like Eddie and Kat. So, they were there, but they had a safe space to grow as dancers and teachers. And lots of other people. So you watch them grow, and then they set up their own schools and whatever, and you love them, you support them, and you grow them, and they hopefully love you back. So peace and love, man.
So we'll find you, and you do parties too, right?
I did, but we're going to bring it back. Because I got tired, man.
Well, I mean, it's hard. You've been dancing a long time and teaching for a long time, and it does sometimes it's nice to take a little break. I get you. I got you.
People keep asking, we will bring it back, and you might see me maybe back on a certain platform.
Okay.
So there's rumblings in the works. So, because the older you get, you realize you really don't want to leave any cards on the table, and you don't want to have regrets, right? So there's a couple of things I want to do. Once I do them, I'm happy. I'm sated. I'm cool. Yeah.
So we're going to watch the space. We're here with Shaan, and it's been lovely to catch up with you. We just saw each other yesterday, and we were having a big old talk. I'm like, I need to get this guy here, one of the OGs. All right, we're going to take some photos, and that's it. Yay!
Thank you for inviting me. And I just want to say, don't cut this. All right. Kudos to you for doing this. Not many people are doing this, and I think it's needed because you see it in other places and other platforms and stuff, and I think it's really cool, brave, and inventive for you to do this, and more props to you because you're not only you're doing something positive for the scene, you're making it accessible for people who maybe go through vlogs or blog whatever and stuff, and awesome. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you. Yeah, it means a lot. Oh, thank you. Photo time.
This is just the beginning. 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 Cigars burn slow in the heat of Havana haze. Piano keys whisper, saxophone plays, velvet curtains sway. The rhythm's tight.